Hey y'all, it's me, Niecy Lynn. This is February the 6th, so this will be Vlogentines number 6. And it's a little dark in here in the kitchen today. I'm not sure why. I brought my extra light in, but it's not making just a whole lot of light in here, but it'll be enough. I thought we would make some cake batter blondies real quick. They're super fast. They're a cheater mix, so they come together like that. They're fun, they're cheery. If you like the taste of cake batter, which I do, they're delicious. They're super dense, and I don't like cakey brownies. To me, brownies should be fudgy and even though I hate the word moist, that's what they should be. And these blondies and things like that should be the same way. So that's what these are, but they have sprinkles and they have white chocolate in them. And you start with a yellow cake mix. It's all mixed in one bowl with just a spatula, whatever you want to call it, one pan, and you're done. So here we're gonna go. We have a bowl and a spatula and some measuring cups, cake mix, sprinkles, because I like to mix two kinds, because, well, sprinkles as the little girls have always called them. White chocolate chips, oil. You will need an 11 by 7 pan. It's like smaller than the 9 by 13, of course, but everybody doesn't have one of these. You can get them in like the throwaway section too, but I've had this one for a long time. It's like a little biscuit pan or whatever. I put foil in mine because I like to be able to lift it out when it's done and cut them without having to cut them in the pan. That way you don't have to worry about getting them out and like boogering up the edge on there and making it all a mess. So, and of course, spray your pan, preheat your oven to 350, which it should go off in just a minute. But I told y'all before, when I spray my pan, I put it on the door of my dishwasher, which is right down here, because your dishwasher door is gonna get washed. So when I spray any of my pans with non-stick spray, I do it on the door of my dishwasher. So now we're sprayed and good to go. And you can use whatever kind of spray you like, whatever works for you. I know a lot of people use a little mister and have oil in there. Oh, and some of y'all had asked about, I'm gonna switch all this way, my little coffee glider that some of y'all recommended, because my cabinets were too low to open up my coffee maker. I got it off Amazon, and it just slides out, and then you can open up the top and fill your coffee maker, and it glides right back. So that thing is fabulous, and I love, love, love it. It's fabulous. And I keep a pair of scissors in every drawer in the kitchen because, well, scissors. You can never have enough scissors. And I don't ever want anybody to go in there and get my fabric scissors because they couldn't find another pair of scissors. So they will never have that excuse in this house. Oh, and you need an egg. I didn't get an egg out yet. So we're gonna dump in our cake mix. It's just a yellow cake mix. If you have a white cake mix, you can use it too. A white cake mix just does not have as much taste as a yellow cake mix, which is what it is. In my opinion, as they say on The Good Fight, in my opinion, it does not have as much taste. And we're gonna get a big egg from the store instead of a little egg from one of the chickens. Get a big store egg. Oh my gosh, that's from my other recipe, isn't it? Nope, I need one. So I've got my spatula, and I'll make a little, I like to make a little well in the center, which I don't know if that'll show when I do that. And it kind of let your things go down in there, so start soaking in. So we need a 1/4 cup of vegetable oil, 1 cup And I have 2 quarter cups over here because one of them's gonna be for wet ingredients and one's gonna be for dry ingredients, so. And I also have some wet water, you know, in your sink, wet water. I keep wet water in my sink when I'm cooking, as opposed to the dry water. That's how my brain's working today, y'all. I've got the wet water in my sink. Lord have mercy. Oh my gosh. I've relegated James Williams to the bedroom for a little bit. He's in there, I guess, watching something on TV or playing on his tablet. But I'll get these going and get this started posted, and then I'll go on my walk, and then we'll come back and I'll get back to stitching the tree on May Health and Peace. And then you need just 1/3 to 1/2 cup of milk, okay? You want as little milk as possible, so just start with 1/3 of the cup, because you want the least milk as you can use, because you want them to be as dense and as thick as they can be. And I keep walking out of screen because I'm really, no matter how well prepared I think I am today, evidently I'm not very well prepared. So here is our 1/4 cup. And so we'll start with it and hope we don't have to use any more. These are so good, but they're so cheery looking. They're just, with all the little sprinkles in there and all the little colors, they just are fun and happy looking. And they would be nice little things to mix up and just take and drop off for somebody. I know we're not supposed to be seeing people, but you know, you could leave it on somebody's doorstep, even if you just got a little box of the little kid cards at like the CVS or Walmart or whatever grocery store you use. You could just get that and put a couple of these, you know, one in a wrapper, and you could drop those off for people, and it would be so cheery. It would make them so happy. So this is like super thick right now, but that's the way it's the best. It makes it kind of hard to spread around in the pan, but it's fabulous. Now we need to add our sprinkles and our chocolate chips in there. So we need 1/4 cup of chocolate chips and 1/4 cup of our sprinkles. And like I said, I like 2 kinds of sprinkles, and I got a new kind because this has, the other ones were bright colored and these were pastels. And I was out of the little pastels. Now I like Jimmy's, which are the long skinny sprinkles, and these little flat ones. I don't know what the flat ones are called. I guess it says edible confettis. I like those, and the Jimmy's, which are the long skinny ones. I do not like the little ball ones, the little round ones. Those things are terrible. They are trying to break your teeth off at all times. At all times. So I'm gonna put 1/2 cup of each of these in there, each kind. Excuse me, 1/4 cup of each kind. I'm telling y'all, my brain is not working today. I am having all the trouble with my poor sad brain. And I'll also put this in the drop down, the recipe in the drop down. But if you want to pick something for your grandkids or for your neighbors, or like I'll get some to my mama and James Williams' mama. I'll take some to both of them, and take some to Daddy and Annie. I'll probably have Ray take one down to his daddy. And like I said, it doesn't make a whole ton, but they're just, like I said, they're just kind of fun and cheery, little fun things. And then we'll talk about packaging them up in just a little second over here. And now you gotta work these in here. It'll make you work because this batter is dense. So you really have to just fold them in. I mean, it's no joke. You're just pressing it. You know when you go get the ice cream and they just fold what you want, they mix it in there, literally called a mix. That's what you're doing with these sprinkles, because you're just having to press them in, because this is that thick. You're just pressing them in and folding them in there. Oh, anyway, I was saying I've been working on the tree on my Health and Peace, because I knew I would not want to do that kind of stitching where I have to jump all over 4 to 6 stitches here, 4 to 6 stitches there. So yesterday I thought, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna make myself do it and get it done and just be done with it. And I did. I just made myself get it. And I've got all the green around the outside, and I've started with the light gold, and then it's a light gold and then one more color in there. So I'll have it done by this evening, and then I won't have to think about that tree anymore. I'll just have a tree on the other side, so that will be fabulous. Fabulous. To not have to worry about that tree anymore. I'm gonna stick this in the fridge. And of course, since I'm cooking, I want to sneeze. I will say, while we were out today, we ran in the store because what did I need? Oh, white chocolate chips. And everybody did have their mask on today for the first time. Usually we see at least one person out without their mask on, but this time everybody had their mask on, so that makes me happy. So far we've put in a box of cake mix, a 1/4 cup of vegetable oil, an egg, a 1/3 cup of milk to half a cup. We did right at, I just got right on 1/3. And I'm like super thick here, and that should be perfect. So you should do 1/3 to a half, and I just barely had to get to 1/3. So like I said, the denser it is, the better. I did half a cup of sprinkles. I did a 1/4 cup of Jimmy's and a 1/4 cup of the edible confetti. And then I did half a cup of white chocolate chips. And we've got our 11x7 pan already sprayed over here. And we're fixing to push the sky all down in here. And it's going to be pushing for sure. It is going to be pushing, because it's just going to come out in one big lump, because it's that dense. But the denser it is, the more it will be like batter. It'll still have that battery taste, and it's so good. And like I said, it's so fun looking, and you'll be able to see when I push it down in here how much of the sprinkles are still showing through. And so when you cut it, it just looks like super happy. So it is like a super nice thing to take to somebody just to cheer them up, make them feel better. Everybody needs a little feel better right now. We all thought I think we all thought that we would be out and about, we'd be over this, I don't know why, but I really thought that in my mind, once it warmed up, the virus would die back like the flu does in the summer. I really believed that in my mind. And I guess my mind had to tell me that so I wouldn't just go to bawling. And then when it didn't happen, I wanted to go to bawling. And so, then here we are again, going into the fall, second time. Second verse, same as the first. Here we're sitting. And it's just kind of disheartening. And I just think we're all kind of sad about it. And so this is a great little cheer me up. And you don't have to take like the whole pan. It doesn't make a whole ton. And you can just drop something off and take them to somebody. So see, you can still see how many of the little sprinkles are showing through on the top. And then I'm just gonna put a little bit of sprinkle, a little more sprinkle of the edible confetti on top, on there. And then we're gonna stick these guys in the oven. We're gonna put them in the oven for 25 to 30 minutes. You just want them kind of golden brown on the edge, because like I said, they're so dense. Let's see here. So let's set our little timer for 2, 5, and there it goes. So there's our little timer going. Like I said, I'll put the little recipe in the drop down. It's super easy, super fun little thing to fix for people. These up while we're sitting here talking what I didn't use. And I say to Teddy to just cheer people up and to package them. You know, they sell those little things that you can put, those little bags, those little clear bags that have little twisty ties or whatever. And you can get those, or you can use I mean, let's be honest, nobody's gonna turn down a home-baked yummy. Nobody. I don't think anybody's gonna go, oh no, please take, you know. I just don't. If they know you, they're gonna take it and eat it and love it. But this is just a cute, to me, if you just have wax paper, I think most everybody has wax paper. And just take wax paper and just wrap it up. So here it is, you're gonna wrap it under, fold it under, okay? So your edges are under like this. Why don't I just do it instead of sitting here and talk about it? It's like a weirdo, right? That would make more sense, right? The remote is gonna be our brownie here. Here we're gonna fold it. So here are little edges on the bottom, right? One. So this will be our brownie in here. And here we are folded up on the bottom. And I get this baker's twine. You can use any ribbon and just tie it around there. And of course I just put the scissors up, and here I'll be needing them. This is how my life works. So I will get them again. And depending on how you cut them, you can get 9 or 12 of these. And that is the cutest little package to take to somebody. That's adorable. And it would super cheer somebody up. It's not gonna like kill them with their diet or their bad eating if you just take them one, as opposed to, you know, leaving the whole pan at your house. And if you're me, probably, you know, eating the whole pan because they're really yummy. They're like really super duper yummy. Like so good. Get a thing out. I'll be closing these chips up forward, these little chocolate chips up, white chocolate chips up. Which, does anybody know why they're called chocolate chips? Because they have no chocolate in them. This is another thing that, these are one of the things I think about all the time. Why are these called chocolate chips when they have absolutely no chocolate in them? I don't know. And why I think about things like this, I don't know either. But I do. These are the things I think about. Into the recycle. Okay. So, it is 18 minutes and 45 seconds. They've been in the oven a few minutes, and you could literally stick the spoonula and the little bowl in the dishwasher and you're basically done. Done fixing it. I mean, it's got 20 minutes left to cook and you're finished. So it's like a great, quick, fun thing to take to somebody. I do love cooking. I've told y'all before, I did not know how to cook. When we got married, I did not know how to cook. But when I was a kid, even when I was a kid, I wanted to know how to cook. I don't know why. One time when sister and I were home and we were little kids, I wanted to make these Christmas cookies. And I got out my mama's cookbook, and sister and I were home by ourselves. We were not supposed to use the stove. And I didn't know there was a difference between a teacup, you know, like in your cabinet, and a cup, like a measuring cup. And so I got out there was some food coloring I found and different things. I didn't know there was a difference between a teaspoon and a spoon in your drawer, you know, like this. And so, but we made these cookies and we had the best time, and you know, we thought we had a big time. We thought they were fabulous, and we got in trouble, but you know, we didn't care. It was fun, and we made them, but I thought they were fabulous. I can still remember how they looked. Right now to this very day, I can still remember those. They were green, and I used a Christmas tree cutout to make them. So I guess I've always wanted to be in the kitchen. I've always wanted to cook. I guess I always wanted to cook for people and have people around. And I've told y'all that's the hardest thing for me for COVID is not having a lot of people over and not having a lot of people around. And I'm not a big phone talker. That's, you know, I've had to learn to do it better some, but I'm still, it's not my first thing. It's just not. I would prefer to talk to somebody as opposed to talk on the phone. So I have had to get better at it, but it's just not my gig. I would rather have a lot of people here and be talking and visiting, and you know, James and I are always talking about, do you remember this, or do you remember that, or remember when the kids did this? And we were talking in the car earlier today on the way back from town, you know, about him and his brother and something, and I don't know, that's kind of how we are wired. That's kind of how we work. So this has been really hard, really hard. So I guess, you know, if you can drop off something like this for somebody and kind of cheer them up, and y'all are so sweet and send cards and things, and I appreciate it so much. It's so sweet to get them in the mail, and it's just super nice. It's super nice of y'all to take the time out to do that. I really appreciate it. But I was also thinking about earlier, talking about making the Christmas cookies. I remember one time when I was a little girl, and one of my other nicknames was Doodle, because I drew all the time. I like to draw and color and things. And I'd draw all these paper candy canes, and I drawed them and colored them and everything, and I had them hanging on the tree. They were hanging all over the tree. And then when I got up on Christmas morning, the paper ones were gone, and where the paper ones were, in exactly the same place, Santa Claus had hung a real candy cane on there. And still to this day, it's one of those things that in my brain, that is burned in. You know, just a super magical thing in my brain that, in the grand scheme of things, probably cost less than anything else we got that Christmas. A box of candy canes. I mean, good grief, what does that cost? Even back then, that was probably the cheapest candy, and wasn't even as much as any of the presents we got. But I probably don't remember anything else that I got that year. I don't. I have no clue anything else that we got that year, but I do remember those paper candy canes being switched out, you know, for real candy canes, and thinking, dude, that was the coolest thing that Santa Claus would do that, you know, coolest thing ever. Because I was that kid. I was all down for Santa Claus. I'm still all down for Santa Claus. When you quit believing in Santa Claus, he quits coming. So for all y'all people what don't believe in Santa Claus, I feel sorry for y'all. I do. I'm feeling sorry for y'all right now. I don't care how old y'all are. That just making me sad. Y'all gotta cinch up and get y'all's life right. There ain't a lot of happiness around right now. Y'all need to get y'all Santa Claus game straight. If nothing else. Easter Bunny's coming up, and that's y'all's second chance. So y'all better be thinking about that. Think about getting y'all's Easter basket and all that. Remember when you used to go and get your Easter dress? You get your Easter dress and everything. That was so fun. That was another fun thing when you were a kid, getting your Easter dress and everybody being all dressed up nice and everything. And we would always eat at Good Old Girls on Easter we always ate at Good Old Girls for some reason, and I don't know how that divide was. Like James's family was always real regimented. Like they ate at Thanksgiving with one side of the family, at Christmas at one side of the family like this. And I don't know that mine was ever, if it was ever said, we do this on this and this on that, I never knew that it was. You know, I never knew. Because we always just, we would do like one weekend before, and we would do one the weekend after, you know, like this. Everybody would have their time. It might just not be the exact day like that. So, and I hope I'm always that person. I always tell the kids, as long as you come, I don't care when it is. I don't care if it's the week before or the week after. I don't need anything for any holidays. Just call me, show up, come by, you know, that kind of thing. I don't have to have you here Christmas Day. I don't have to have you here Thanksgiving Day. I'm not that person. I'm not that person. If you just tell me when you can be here, I'll be so thankful, and we will do whatever. And if somebody, you know, as far as how many people show up and how much food, we'll eat till it's gone. And then we'll cook some more if we need to. That's how it goes. If, you know, so-and-so shows up with their friend and so-and-so shows up with a friend, we'll eat till it's gone, and then we'll cook some more until we run out. You know, that's how, I just think that's how it should work. Now, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, and I've been wrong about things before, and I'll be wrong about lots of other things. And but we're probably not going to make it till these are done, y'all. I will tell y'all that. So I will, I'll either post a picture of them plated as the cover photo, or I'll put a picture on Insta or something, because they still got 12 minutes and 45 seconds. And James Williams is still shut in the bedroom. So I should probably let him out. He was real sweet to go in there and let me film, because I should have planned better. And I will do the longer, that's why I'm not doing the strawberry bars, because they take a lot longer. So I'll do them this week, during the week, so he won't have to be in the bedroom. And I don't know if Aria Kyle will be here to be my sous chef or not. We know how that went last time, but it was very humorous with her allergies. So we'll see. But I will put the recipe in the drop down, and I'll either put the picture in the cover photos, or I'll put it on Insta and on Facebook or something. So anyway, I'm gonna jump off here and go set him free. And I hope y'all are having a happy Saturday and have the happy rest of the weekend. And I will see y'all tomorrow.